Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. If you are coming from TikTok, I really appreciate you. This is my very first pick a power reading here. I feel like I've been waiting a while until I built up enough confidence in my platform to finally do a pick a power reading and start posting on YouTube, and I feel like I'm ready. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in on this journey. So excited to see where this takes us. Today for you guys though, for the very first reading, we have a how do your friends perceive you. So this will be the people who are closest to you, whoever you hang out with the most. Maybe if you consider yourself to be someone who doesn't have that many friends, this could literally just be who you literally interact with the most, whoever sees you the most. Because what I will say is two of these piles kind of touch on a collective that is maybe not necessarily ready for that level of intimacy within their friendships, or at least they haven't hit that level of intimacy in their friendships. So if you feel like for whatever reason you don't have friends, there's probably still a message here for you. So I wouldn't be too discouraged about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the descriptors. Like I said, if you're from TikTok, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And don't be shy to let me know how this resonates down below as well. And any other suggestions in terms of this whole format and just getting used to posting on here, I would really appreciate. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into each of the piles. The timestamps will be below. All right, so for pile one, they are being represented by this lovely seashell that I think is so freaking beautiful. It has a lot of layers to it. I found it at Santa Cruz on the beach boardwalk in California, so that might be significant to somebody. But we have the numbers 23, Blessings, and Evaria. And then for pile two, they're being represented by this beautiful citrine crystal with the numbers 24, Aspiration, and Evelyn. And then lastly for pile three, we have this flower moss agate, I believe, I could be wrong, with the numbers 14, Security, and Petra. So take a second to pause, feel the vibes out, see whichever one resonates most with you. It could be based off of the trinket, it could be based off of the imagery, maybe the name, the number, or the word descriptor, whatever resonates for you. I will say if you're drawn to more than one pile, just pick the one that you resonate with the most, simply because I do think that although there's similar themes in each reading, they're pretty different in terms of the actual message. So yeah, but whatever resonates for you, and we will get into it. Check the timestamps below. Hello pile one, welcome to your reading. I must say this little crystal, well not crystal, but this little seashell is so beautiful. I feel like it's giving mermaid as well as this overall vibe. You might like mermaids, or you might consider yourself to be a mermaid, which slay, I love that for you. But we have this overall card representing you as the top here, and the rest of these cards below are just kind of more context into what's going on. So we have 23 Blessings of Aria. We have What Do You Need to Release? We have Underwater Caves, Find Strength and Surrender, allowing life to unfold with grace and acceptance. We have the Lesson card of Patience, I accept that everything happens in divine order. We have Page of Pentacles upright. And then lastly, for the energy and emotion card, we have Cleanse. So I love this energy, I must say. I think you're a friend that is extremely valued. I was gonna say, I don't know if you know that you're valued. I think you do know that you're valued, but to some degree, you need to hear it out loud. That's probably why you're here. So I must say, part one, you are the mother friend. That is honestly the best way to describe you just overall with these vibes that I'm getting. You are the mother friend. You're the friend that when you're out with your friends, you're the one that, maybe has all the materials that you guys are going to need. You have the protection, you have the gear, you have the water for everyone to drink. You're the prepared friend. I think that there's some aspect of you that you also are extremely good at helping people let go. So I don't know if you have a very childlike spirit to you. You could. There's a lot of just essence, purity, energy in terms of the card that I really appreciate on the imagery. So you could be the friend that's very childlike. You kind of remind people to go touch grass, or let's say your friends are I want to go out and drink tonight, and you're okay, but why can't we be inside in color? There's this vibe of you're so healing in a way when it comes to getting people to focus on what truly fulfills them and what makes their heart happy, because we have this what do you need to release and cleanse. So to me, You are the type of friend that helps people let go. Like, you're the one that, maybe if like a friend is going through a breakup or something like that, you're the one that calls them and you're like, I need you to get out of the house, because you're not just gonna sulk inside thinking about them, you know. Like I really love this energy. I feel like you're really appreciated by your friends. Like, you seem like a necessary cog in the machine, you know, in order to keep either your friendships moving or like just whoever is closest to you. Like, you're a necessary aspect. Another thing that I'm seeing here with, I accept that everything happens in divine order, patience, and Page of Pentacles. The reason why I said you're the type of friend who helps people let go, there's a really big aspect here on this, is because your friends see you as someone who is hardworking, but when it comes to like spiritual matters. So you could consider yourself to be someone who's like not afraid at all of like tapping into spirituality. You may dabble into witchcraft, or there's just some aspect to you where like you're big on healing. Like, you are healing, and it's purposeful, you know, like it's very much embedded into your personality. And your friends love you for it. They absolutely fucking love you for it. There's definitely an aspect here of you, like I said, you're a necessary part of the team. With fine strength and surrender, allowing life to unfold with grace and acceptance. You know, it's funny. You might in the past have been someone who's a bit of a people pleaser, or kind of like a pushover to some degree, because there's a lot of cards here about like just like releasing and being accepting and being receptive. So I wonder if to some degree like this is a learned receptivity, or this is a receptivity that has kind of been embedded within you. So I'm kind of getting this vibe to say like, you may have been the type of person in the past that you are almost like a bag in the wind. Like, you kind of just accept whatever happens to you, or you don't necessarily try to fight and actively engage towards what feels good in life. You kind of just allow it to come to you. But what I'm now seeing, in whatever way that applies to you, what I'm now seeing is that you have absolutely 100,000% transmuted that, and you do it now in a space towards your friends, actually. So I think maybe you in the past had to learn lessons about like what friendships, what people, places, and things are actually worth your time and worth pouring into. And now you might be the type of person where you're like, ooh, you might be, oh, this is so funny. You might be the type of person who's like really big on the quote, like, let them. Like, you might be like a really big let them person, because it just doesn't seem like you care too much to engage with things, people, places, and things that don't benefit you. But it's not coming from a place of like defense, like, oh, I'll cut anybody off, or I'll cut, or like I will, you know, cut anything off that's not serving me, which I'm sure that you do. But it's more so in like this very graceful way where you're just like, well, if that's what they choose to do, then I won't be friends with them anymore. Or, you know I showed up the best way that I could, so as long as I'm doing my best, you know, like, it doesn't matter. There's just this like beautiful, like, pure energy to you that I think that your friends, they see it for what it is. Like, I don't think there's anyone in your life who like genuinely thinks that you're a people pleaser or a pushover or anything like that. I more so brought that up to say that in the past there might have been a level to that, to where now like you've completely healed that, and it's more so you transmuted that into a way of being that allows you to be like this very open, loving friend, and know, like, you know, it's like basically like you might have been the type of person to overgive. That's more so what I want. Sorry, my camera cut out there. But I apologize if that felt invalidating, like me saying like in the past you might have been a people pleaser. What I more so meant is that you might have overgiven a lot in context. You might have been the type of friend who like, ooh, okay, I'm getting this vibe. You might have been the type of friend in the past where like, if you had friends who weren't really putting effort into the connection, they weren't really like making plans, you know, calling you, stuff like that. You might have been the type of friend who like was constantly calling, you know, and now you're the type of friend where it's like, or a type of friend where it's like you, I don't want to say you take mental note, like you keep track, but it's just like, you know, for a fact, like, okay, if I called them first the last 3 times, like, give them a chance to do it. And it's not coming from a place of like pettiness. It's literally coming from a place of you caring about yourself. So I just find that so cute. I think that you're just the type of friend who, and you're perceived as the type of friend who is just necessary because you're real. Like, you're real, and you're real in a way that can still be nice, you know? Like, you're kind of like a cat. You might resonate with like feline energy. Like, you're kind of like a cat where it's like you have your boundaries, you know where they stand, you know where they lie, you can bring out the claws if necessary, but it seems like for the most part you choose not to, and it's coming from a place of grace and acceptance. You just move through life in a very graceful and accepting way. And I think honestly your friends are like, I feel like your friends are like baffled by it, because I feel like the amount of times that, while giving this message, I'm like like, wow, like, I'm just like, oh, like, man, pile one, like, look at you. That is literally the energy that you give your friends. It's like they look at you and they're just like, look at this little butterfly in the wind. She's so cute. And they don't feel the need to like protect you. They know that you're going to protect yourself. But it's this thing of like, wow, you're just so graceful and so beautiful. And you move through life in a way that like maybe people around you don't see often. Like you might live in like I just got the vibe. You might, this might resonate for someone. You might live in like a conservative area and you're someone who kind of has like, if you guys watch Euphoria, like you might represent yourself in like a Jules way, like with this blessings card. Like I'm getting like, you might be very eccentric. You might be esoteric, you know, especially like earlier I was talking on about the fact that you could be someone who dabbles into spirituality and you're big on healing and like being intentional about that. Yeah, I don't know. I think your friends really love you. They really appreciate you. And overall, they feel like you are the mother friend. You take care of yourself and you take care of them, but you do it in a balanced way. And on top of that, you keep them in check, but not in a way that like makes them feel like you're being aggressive. You just literally keep them in check. So I love that for you. I'm going to go ahead and read your insert and then we will go ahead and close off this reading. I really appreciate you guys tuning in here today. I think your friends absolutely fucking adore you. I adore you and can't wait to see how many more people you help. But yeah, let's go ahead and find your insert. You will receive beautiful blessings to help you on your life's journey. You are very helpful. Let them flow towards you and be ready to receive them with love and joy. You're very receptive to love and joy and you clearly give it freely. Ivaria, the unicorn earth mother, is the protector and caretaker of unicorns and unicorn creatures. By watching over unicorns, she also protects the magic we all have inside of us. She cultivates the belief in enchantment and miracles, which open us to receiving wondrous happenings in our lives. Unicorns have been a part of mythology and folklore across cultures and throughout time. They symbolize purity, freedom, divinity, magic, and happiness. Dreaming of a unicorn is seen as positive and a lucky omen. So I won't read all of it. I just will give you guys a chance to pause and read it yourself. I'm just gonna read the affirmation. I embrace the power of unicorn magic. I'm ready to receive all the blessings the universe wishes to give me. I can receive blessings anytime and help others with this beautiful gift from the universe. You are so helpful. I think this card came up to remind you that not only are you a necessary part, but girl, whoever you think you are that. you are that. You are that butterfly in the wind. You are that unicorn. And I love you for it. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Right here we have the overall card representing you, and the rest of these cards will just be more context and to understand what's going on in your friendships. So we have Aspiration Evelyn, we have Page of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Energy and Emotion card of Confidence, we have the Lesson card of Success, which says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. We have the Ocean Wisdom card of Sea Dragons, embrace your inner power and let your majestic spirit soar through life's depths. And then we have the Moon Oracle card, the energy is gaining momentum. I just realized in pile 1 I didn't describe what decks I have. If you guys want my decks, honestly, comment below. I'll just link them. I have a bunch. But yeah, let's get started. Pile 2. So, I remember when I was first originally pulling on these cards and just trying to get a little check-in for the vibe. And I immediately got a little sad. I won't lie. I do really remember getting a little sad. And the reason is because this is supposed to be a reading about how do your friends perceive you, right? But what I was mostly getting from these cards is a vibe that your friends maybe don't know how to perceive you. Because we have Aspiration, right? Which is a very channeled card. We have the energy is gaining momentum, another channeled card. We have embrace your inner power and let your majestic spirit soar through life's depths. We have confidence, we have success. Then we have this one card, Page of Pentacles in reverse. I'll be honest about too. You might have been one of the people who clicked on this video kind of hoping to hear about how to make more friends or how to connect more deeply with your friends, because what I'm getting here is you are extremely successful. You might be someone who's in the public eye. Maybe you're a content creator. Maybe you are very busy. You could be someone who like owns a business or something like that. There's some aspect here to where your friends see you, like kind of put you on a pedestal. And to some degree with Page of Pentacles in reverse over here, you may perceive that as a negative thing. there might even be, I know I'm like getting so deep into it so early on, but I just there's so much like channeling through me right now with this because it's a very clear message. There might be friends around you that you feel to some degree are jealous of you, of your ambition. Like they don't necessarily know how to cultivate that within themselves, therefore they put you on a pedestal, and maybe it's not intentional, but like there's definitely maybe times where like it shows to you that like that's how they truly feel about you. And I just want to say, like, just from my perspective, like, I am sorry that that's something that you're going through, because you don't necessarily deserve it. With the energy is gaining momentum, your friends, the people closest to you, or whoever your acquaintances are, they see you as someone who you're always doing something. So maybe they like they don't feel like they can connect to you as much. Like I said, you could be very busy. Or with the energies getting momentum, there could be some aspect to where like maybe now like you're kind of breaking through from that overall ambition energy, and you're trying to pour that into your friendships. Because with confidence and success, I noticed that with confidence, the literal descriptor is, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. You might right now be in a phase in your life right now where like maybe you know that your friends, you haven't been able to connect with them more deeply, or you maybe just don't have as many friends as you would like, or you're just not as intimate with the friends that you do have as you would like. And now you're channeling all of that, like maybe it's your career energy or just, creative endeavor energy. Like now you're pouring that, or you want to pour that into your relationships with aspiration. And I think maybe with Page of Pentacles in reverse, you've realized like, oh, maybe I haven't been like giving to myself. Maybe my social life hasn't been as, involved as I maybe would have appreciated it to be. Maybe there's some aspects to me that, my friends don't see me as much, or something like that. Like there's definitely an aspect here where like you're craving depth, like literally like embrace your inner power and let your majestic spirit soar through life's depths. Spirit is literally asking you to embrace the fact that maybe you're not necessarily where you want to be right now in your friendships, whatever that looks like to you. You're not necessarily where you want to be at right now. However, you have so much fucking potential. It is ridiculous. Like you're gonna, like if you look at all of these cards, there's so much purple and yellow energy here. You are more than capable of cultivating those friendships that you want, or becoming more intimate with those friendships that you do have. I think there's just some level right now where your friends perceive you. Mind you, that's what this reading was supposed to be about, but I'm not talking about that. Your friends and the people closest to you perceive you as someone who's always busy. They're working really hard. There's someone who they kind of put on a pedestal, and they think that they're really confident, they're really successful, but they know for a fact that they cannot connect to them as deeply as they would like to. That's pretty much how your friends perceive you. If that was all I was reading upon, the message was literally end here. But that's why I feel the need to like kind of give more advice, because I'm sure you clicked on this reading, wanting literally more depth, but unfortunately there isn't much depth. So the advice here is just essentially to embrace that. Like I don't think there's any need to fight that. Everyone goes through phases in life where like they're kind of more focused on career rather than their relationships, and vice versa. I would say even right now, me personally, just to like be vulnerable, I am in a phase right now where it's kind of the opposite, where like I've been too focused on my relationships, and it's been like, creating some sort of turmoil, and I'm like, okay, maybe we can put that aspiring energy towards my career now, and it'll probably, balance things out a bit. Whereas I feel like you're in an opposite energy where like you maybe have been putting your nose to the grindstone for a long time, and you're like, okay, but when can I have fun? And Spirit is like, you could have always had fun, Spirit is like, maybe there are friends near you who want to connect to you, who want to get you out the house, who want to get you out of your work study, and you're just like, nah, but that's not gonna make me money. Well, guess what, love? It's gonna fulfill your heart, and it's gonna make it a lot easier to have that energy, because your friends and the people closest to you are the ones who are gonna fulfill you enough and give you enough of that vital energy, give you enough of that inner peace, give you enough of that, you know what I'm saying, in order to keep going. Our friends are the ones who remind us how to keep going. We live in a very capitalistic society, and I think that there's absolutely nothing wrong with being focused, but there's definitely an aspect here where I think you want those deeper connections, and you want to be able to connect to people more deeply, and you're just kind of wondering, how the fuck do I do that? So that is pretty much your message. In terms of how the fuck do you do that, I would just say get vulnerable, get real, go push yourself in places that you normally wouldn't go to. If maybe you don't leave the house very often, leave the house this weekend. Do something that will literally force yourself to put yourself in a position to either connect deeply with your friends or make new friends. Because I just feel like there's an aspect to you where you have been just too involved, with your career and with your work study to where your connections are kind of dwindling away. And I'm sure you don't want that for yourself. I don't want that for you. And I think that you're honestly a lot more capable of it. Seeing that you clearly have a lot of driven energy, now it's time to drive that energy into your relationships. So be vulnerable, let them know you love them. If you don't have anyone close to you, put yourself in positions to where you can be close to people. Go out, go to that party. If you get an invitation, don't even think twice about it, just go. That is pretty much your advice. I'm sorry if this wasn't the message you necessarily wanted to hear, but I'm gonna go ahead and read your insert now for this card. So let's go ahead and turn to that. I will not read the entire card just because it'll take a minute, but I'll allow you guys some space to pause and read it yourself if you want. But we have Aspiration Evelyn. Hold on to your hopes and dreams and keep the flame of aspiration alive. You got to keep that flame alive. Everything you aspire to do and be is within your reach. Believe in yourself and keep taking steps towards your goals. Exactly. Evelyn, the winged earth mother, is a caretaker of all birds who fly in the sky. She not only protects the feathered beauties of the air, but she also strives to remind us humans of our own wings. Throughout time, wings have been to symbolize freedom, aspiration, and protection. Birds use their wings to reach heights that would otherwise be difficult to surmount. We can use our metaphorical wings to do the same. I feel like this is a lot touching on the fact that you just need to believe in yourself and believe that you're capable of having those friendships or connecting with them deeper. When Evelyn appears in your reading, she wants to inspire you to reach for those dreams and goals you hold dear in your heart and mind. Exactly. The affirmation is, I allow myself to realize my dreams from a place of love. My soul directs all I aspire to do and be. Benefiting myself and humanity, I will use my wings and reach for the stars. Yeah, babe. Just gotta believe in yourself. Literally just believe in yourself. You got this. You clearly are capable. You have all the wings you need. Just put that energy towards your relationships now, and I promise you it will never lead you astray, because, you know, as the card said, holding near and dear to your heart, it's a heart process, you know, so it'll probably be more fulfilling than just putting your nose in the grindstone. But yeah, proud of you. You're very successful. Now it's just time to redirect. Love you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. I'm so excited to do the very last reading. This is going to be the main card here representing you, and these other cards are just going to be overall representing more context into your friendships. So we have Security Petra. The number 14, we have Knight of Pentacles in reverse. We have the lesson card of gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. We have Surrender as the energy and emotion card. We have Take Time to Breathe Out as the Moon and Oracle card. And then lastly, we have Siren's Call. Follow the call of your heart and let its melody guide you to your true purpose as the Ocean Wisdom card. If you're coming from pile 1, I'm sorry. I know I didn't tell you guys what decks they were, but let me know if you guys want my decks. I will link them below. Pile 3. Pile 3. Girl, you don't see your value. Girl, guy, you do not see your value as a friend. Simply put, I think that your friends perceive you as a type of friend that just, they honestly know that you don't see your value. Maybe there's some, okay, I know this seems already all over the place, but it's just like, I honestly wanted to laugh because I'm just like, it's funny. It's almost laughable how much you don't see your value, because it's ridiculous. I think that your friends are really grateful for you because you obviously have gratitude. But with Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I think that sometimes you can be a bit of an insecure friend where, like, you think that you might have wounds surrounding around, like, not being picked or something like that, like not being the first choice, like not being the best friend. Maybe you've kind of struggled in your social life for a while, and now, like, you're finally, you know, building those friendships, and you're just kind of like worried, like you kind of want to hear, like, am I doing a good job? Because with Knight of Pentacles in reverse, that card in reverse normally symbolizes to me, like, this quote of, like, it's not how much energy you put into something, it's what kind. And I feel like to a degree, you may have been the friend that, like, puts a lot into friendships. Like, you pour a lot into those near you, but you don't take in account to the fact that the way that you show up and who you are as a person, you giving kind of almost the bare minimum is enough, you know? With Surrender being the energy and emotion card, I feel like you're honestly having to surrender to the fact that you are appreciated, which is so funny because it's like, even your cards being security, it's like you are feeling insecure, but I feel like your friends don't feel anything but secure within you. And so it's like you're kind of having to learn this lesson of gratitude, of being literally grateful for yourself, to say, like, okay, I'm going to surrender to the idea that people love me and they care about me and they appreciate me being here. Because we also have take time to breathe out, follow the call of your heart, and let its melody guide you to your true purpose. There might be an aspect to you where you don't ever want to be led astray, like in a connection. Like maybe you've been hurt before. There might be wounds, like I said, surrounding like being picked or just like being left, like maybe abandonment wounds, that kind of thing. But with take time to breathe out, it might have like that might have transmuted into something where like you kind of isolate yourself. Because when I was originally pulling these cards, I'm getting a vibe of like some of you guys might be the friend that's like low maintenance. Like you might be the friend who like, you know, because of that like subconscious wound of not necessarily fully seeing your value, you probably don't even put as much energy into your friendships as you would like to. But it's like your friends think that however much you put into it is already enough. If anything, they may just want to see you more. But like would take time to breathe out. I think that your friends perceive you as someone who's like kind of sometimes can get lost in their own world and like maybe needs like oh, okay, you are definitely someone who you have a social battery that runs, you know, like you definitely have a social battery. You definitely have to keep up with your social battery. Like there's something here about, you know, your limits in terms of how you can give to a connection. But I would be lying if I said that it wasn't coming from a wounded place. I think that there's some aspect to you where like you really don't feel like your friends like, you don't feel like your friends see you truly for like who you are, or they not that they don't see you, but they don't appreciate you truly for who you are. And I just want to be first to tell you, like, you're so wrong. Like you're absolutely so wrong. Not only do I think they love and adore you, but it's like with this energy emotion card being surrender, and then also we have guiding you to your true purpose by like listening to your own heart. I think it's like your heart has been maybe trying to like give you messages for a long time, like give you guidance of like, well, no, that's not how they really feel about you. But then it's like maybe your brain, like you might be the type of person who like something happens that's a bit triggering for you, and it could be completely unrelated to your friends, but for some reason like you'll still convince yourself that the two things are connected. Like I don't know, like for example, like if you're hanging out with a friend and you drop a cup and it like spills a little bit on their shoe, and you're like, oh my God, and you go home and you're like, bro, they're gonna think like I'm so inconsiderate, like they're gonna think I'm like the clumsiest fuck ever, like they're gonna be embarrassed to hang out with me. I'm just getting this vibe that you might just be really insecure, and I'm not saying that to like, you know, make you feel bad or anything like that. It's just more so about acknowledging like where you're at. And I just really want you to know that your friends are really appreciative of you. They are super grateful for you, and if anything, I think that they just want you to see your own value more. Oh yeah, because even with this Nine of Pentacles, I'm like, it's almost like I'm getting this vibe that your friends, if they could, they would literally tell you like, hey, we don't care how much effort you put into it. Like it's more so just the fact that you're here and that you show up. Like I wonder if there's certain friends that like you haven't called in a while, and maybe you're clicking on this reading to see like, do they even care if I call? And it's like it's like they're probably like literally waiting by the phone, like being like, okay, I know that they get off work at this time, like let's see if they call today. Like there's just this vibe of like you feel like you have to prove yourself constantly, but your friends don't see that for you at all. So I'm sorry, love, that you feel that way. It's absolutely not necessary. This message is honestly pretty short. I think you just need to see your value. Your friends, they fucking adore you. And yeah, now I'm going to read your inserts. I really need you to see how awesome you are, because that is just completely unfair, and clearly they love you. I won't read the entire insert. I'll give you guys some time to pause and read, of course, but it says, you are safe and protected. Soon you will be free from fear and anxiety as you move into a more certain time in your life. Petra, the furry earth mother, works tirelessly to provide security for the animals that humans sometimes use for their fur. When Petra appears in your reading, a feeling of security is coming your way. These are times in our lives when we feel insecure, unsafe. This could be a feeling that comes from within when our confidence is low or our sense of self has been damaged in some way. Or it could be related to something outside of us, a home situation, relationship, or career-related issue. Exactly. The affirmation is, I am safe and secure and protected from troubling thoughts, and my confidence and strength help defend me, and my feeling of security grows stronger every day. So yeah, I don't think I need to do much, just more descripting, and literally said word for word some of the things that I said. Please stop being insecure. Your friends love you. I love you. You're awesome. And thank you so much for tuning in. All right. Bye-bye.